102. Today we are going to get started with an introduction to English 102. To access our course and to begin to get a sense of what it is that we'll be doing with the course, I would encourage you to start by going to the Glendale Community College homepage. You can find that at gccaz.edu. From here, we're going to take a look at some of the things that are available to you from this website. If we scroll down first, we've got some quick menu of information that's available to you. Your My Maricopa is available, Find a Class, calendar events that's going to give you some information about things that are happening, academic calendar, which is going to give you information on when you can start enrolling in classes, when final exams are held, and those types of things. There's also a quick link here to your Google Apps because these will be things that will be helpful for you over the course of English 102. The area that we're going to focus on today, however, is going to be Canvas because this will be the Learning Management System, or LMS, that we utilize for all of the course delivery information that you're going to encounter. So let's go ahead and head on into Canvas. As you log in here, or as you click the link, it's going to take you to the Canvas login page. You're going to log in utilizing your Maricopa Enterprise ID or your MEID, which should start with the first 3 letters of your first name, followed by a series of numbers, and then the password that you utilize when you're accessing things like my.maricopa.edu. If you're wanting to click a quick link or create a quick link for yourself, this learn.maricopa.edu is your quick URL to log into Canvas. So we're going to log in and we'll take ourselves to the opening page of Canvas. Some information that I would encourage you to make sure, especially in this interesting time that we're learning, is this blue information. There's a lot of up-to-date information that's going to come up here, so make sure that you do take a look at this each time you log in. Once you've read the information, you can click the X, and that will take you to the dashboard. Now, you're going to see that I have a lot more here than what you likely have, okay? But the most important piece of this dashboard is that you're going to see what classes you're actually enrolled in. I'm going to go ahead and take you into this class here that I'm teaching. It's an English 102 class. And in this English 102 class, it's going to give you a list of various different menus. Now I'm going to switch this so that it looks similar to what you would see in Canvas. So these will be the typical menus that you'll see. The home button, your syllabus, announcements, modules, grades, people, chat, and library resources. These are all really helpful pieces that you'll want to pay attention to. You also have a link to the calendar that's going to be a quick view for you to see when assignments are due in your different classes. And then your inbox is your messaging center for Canvas and your courses. So these are great things to just kind of click around and see what's available. We now also have a quick link to the library, which in English 102, you're certainly going to want to use. We do definitely use more than just, Google. The library that is available to you through Maricopa Community College and GCC is a fantastic resource that's going to provide you resources that are above and beyond anything you're going to be able to find by doing a quick Google search. All right, so let's talk about some different pieces that we can look at here. Okay, the home page is where we're going to get a sense of what we need to be working on. Okay, we've got the Get Started, and then this course is broken up by week. So you're able to scroll through here and get a sense of how much you're going to need to do or what information you're going to be accessing or what the topics are, etc. for each week of the course. As you work through these different modules, each of these gray bars with the white rows listed underneath it, this is called a module. This right here would be called a module. Okay, so this week, once we get started with the course, once we're done with this, we'll be able to just collapse it so that the first thing that we really see is the current listing of information that is relevant to what we should be focusing on any given week. Once you finish that last assignment, I would encourage you to make sure that you go in and just collapse it so that you're really looking at the most relevant information for the course. So these little triangles are super helpful. Okay. Some other things that are nice to have here are the link to like the syllabus. Okay, so when you go into the syllabus page, some of the things you're going to see are a list of assignments. On your syllabus page, you'll see the list of assignments with due dates. So you can see this is a nice quick place to look to see what you should be working on. Then you also have, and this is kind of nice to see here, are assignments weighted by categories. So process work things like, learning about your topics and things like that will go on, or outlines, rough drafts, peer reviews, those things will be held in that 30% category under process work. Required research elements, these are things like the final papers. Okay, these are the final drafts. Notice those are worth 50% of the overall grade. So you really have to focus on making sure that you do well on those final assignments as well as the process work, because this makes up 80% of your grade. Some of the textbook assignments that we're going to work on, those are worth 15% of their grade. So it's not, definitely don't want to blow those off, but these aren't make or break assignments either. And then there's some getting started things that are just kind of some basic housekeeping things that aren't necessarily worth anything for your grade, but are things that you will be required to do in order to continue on with the course. And then attendance, weekly attendance and participation is worth 5% of the overall grade, making up 100%. So as you're looking at assignments, it's important to look at not just how many points an assignment is worth, but how those points equate to an overall percentage of the grade. Because a 100-point assignment in attendance and participation is not nearly as significant as a 100-point assignment in required research elements or process work. So make sure that you're paying attention to that. And if you have any questions on any of that, please make sure that you ask. As we're working through the class, you'll also have the syllabus. This is full of lots of information for you. It is held here as a document, so you're going to want to click on it, and then it will load down here at, it will pop up or it will load in the bottom. You'll either get a yellow bar or a bar across the bottom, or you may get a pop-up here where you can just download the syllabus, and then it'll pop down here in the bottom left, and then we'll be able to open that syllabus right in Microsoft or whatever your word processing program is. Okay, and this is just going to have some information for the course. Some really important information here would be right up this front page, let's try that again. Right on this front page, you can get my instructor contact information. As an adjunct instructor, I do not have a physical office. So your best bet for getting a hold of me is either through my phone or my email, and you can utilize that as a Google Voice number. You can text that. You can also leave messages or, of course, call. And then you can go through here and we can see some of the things that are important about the course. Most importantly, probably this course description. This course has an emphasis on rhetoric and composition with a focus on persuasive, research-based writing and understanding writing as a process, developing advanced college-level writing strategies through 3 or more writing projects comprising at least 4,000 words in total. Okay, 4,000 words in total. You're not going to have any one assignment that's worth 4,000 or that you need to write 4,000 words. Okay, but once you've written all those major papers, you will have written a minimum of 4,000 words. Okay. To get into this course, you should have scored at least a C or better in English 101. And this does count as part of your first year composition competencies or requirements. Okay, course competencies. Write for rhetorical context, circumstance, purpose, topic, audience, writers, as well as the writing's ethical, political, and cultural implications. We're going to get organized. We're going to use proper conventions. Though the focus of this class is not on teaching those appropriate grammar and conventions. Those things are important and will be addressed. Make sure that you're looking at both online as well as print sources and utilizing multiple perspectives. Utilization of summarization, paraphrasing, and quotation from sources. Then you're going to make sure that you're always maintaining academic integrity. We don't want to get caught in the trap of plagiarism. So we'll spend a little bit of time in class talking about how to avoid plagiarism. We will do a significant amount of peer review in this course. So anything that you write, make sure that you are writing it with the intention of being able to share it with other people in the course in order to receive feedback and also to help you improve not only your writing for that paper, but also your style of writing as you are exposed to the writing of other students. We will also be working consistently on assessing our own writings in order to improve. And we will make sure that we generate, format, and edit our writing using appropriate technologies. The textbook for this course is an online text. It is an e-text, okay? So you'll have need an access code to access that text. Internet is a must. Microphone and speaker or headphones is really important. You'll need to be able to access your Maricopa student email, Google Suite, or Office 365. I do highly recommend Office 365 for this course as it just has some additional more sophisticated formatting options that you will likely need for English 102. So because this is computer based, you do need to make sure that you have a computer readily available and that you do have a reliable internet connection during the course of this class. Okay? This syllabus is going to go through lots of the basics of the information that you need: technology, computer equipment, email, the use of Canvas. You can get help with technology by utilizing either High Tech One, or if we're not able to access campus, you always have a phone number and an email address that you can utilize for that. Canvas does have a number of applications that are included with it, but all of those will be really quick clicks as we are working through the course. I do want to encourage you to make sure that you are paying attention to appropriate netiquette. Okay, we want to make sure that we are creating a good platform of communication. All opinions are valid, but the method in which we say things online needs to be definitely taken into consideration and is grounds for removal from the course if we can't engage with one another appropriately in this academic setting. Discussion is highly encouraged of the different topics. It not only helps us to become better with our communication skills, but it also helps us to ensure that the opinions that we are presenting are truly justifiable. We will have some discussion boards. We will always show professionalism and courtesy. Please make sure that you're utilizing correct spelling and grammar. Not only does it look good, but it helps to ensure that your message is taken more appropriately and is well understood by not only your instructor, but also your classmates. Do your best to maintain positivity. In this world full of so much negativity, our academic engagements should not be negative. We want to make sure that we are taking a positive tone with one another. Please make sure that anything that you utilize is appropriate and that you are utilizing software appropriately. Attendance requirements, you will need to make sure that you are actively engaging in the course. It is not enough just to log in. You do need to actively be participating in the assignments and making sure that you are submitting assignments on time. So please make sure that when we get back to Canvas, we'll take a look at some of those things. Here's some general grading information. We've looked at some of this. Late work, please make sure that again you pay attention to those deadlines. And I think we've talked about most of these other things, but there are lots of things contained in the syllabus that you'll want to pay attention to and that will be reviewed as part of a quiz. All right, so let's go back to Canvas. All right, so we've gotten the course summary and the syllabus. Announcements. Anytime I make a change to the syllabus or there's just general information that I want you to know, I will post it as an announcement. So this is one of those places that's really important to check every day or every couple of days whenever you log in, check to see if there are any new announcements. Your grades will be listed here. If we put people into groups, you can check them out there. If you need to meet to chat with people, you can go into the chat room. Library resources that are available as a quick link here or here. But more importantly, we're going to come back up here to the modules. All right, the modules page and the home page do show the same information for the most part. I do like the home page because it does give you a list of assignments that you have due. So that is the one big difference between the modules page and the home page, is that you do get a calendar view, if you will, right here for you to utilize. All right, let's take a look at some things to be aware of in Canvas. Okay, this little rocket ship guy, this means that this is a quiz. All right, the paper clip means that there's an attachment. The paper with just some writing on it, that means that's content information. This little chain looking icon means that it is a link to one of our outside programs or an external tool. And anytime you come across this icon of a paper with a pencil, that means that is an assignment. So this is something that you would actually need to turn in. Okay, so those are the basic icons of different things that we'll be paying attention to or that we'll be taking care of. All right, so let's just go in and take a look at an assignment like that is something we would actually need to do. And I picked a bad one because that one's going to pop up in an external tool. So I'm going to come down here to another one. Okay, this review activity. All right, so we can look at this and we can click on the button. It's going to take us to an outside resource. And as we go into this outside resource, we'll be able to log into the Cengage text and access that. Okay, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go back to the modules page, and I'm going to take you to an essay so that you can see what that assignment would look like. So you can see with this paper itself, we don't have our first real paper due until our research prospectus in week 3. So in week 3, we get down to our first paper, which is the research prospectus. Here, you're going to see some information. With any major essay, I'm always going to provide you not only a list of the assignment or kind of what the requirements are of the assignment, but I will also try to always post a basic kind of direct instruction or lecture walking you through the assignment to help you complete that assignment with more success. Don't skip these YouTube videos. Make sure that you watch these videos. They do provide you some really good information to make sure that you're able to complete the assignment appropriately. These assignments will also have a rubric attached. Okay, make sure that you pay attention to this rubric so that you can evaluate your own paper before you submit it and see if you have hit all of the major benchmarks for that assignment. And if you have questions, you can certainly ask them before you submit your actual paper. When it comes time, and here's the assignment itself here. When it comes time to actually submit the assignment, if there is an assignment due, you will likely, if it's not submitted through an external tool and submitted directly through Canvas, you'll see this blue Submit Assignment button. When we hit that blue Submit Assignment button, it's going to pop up with this file upload. Okay, here's where you're going to be able to choose a file. Okay, it'll show up right here. Once you have selected that file on your computer, you will have to agree, and then you can submit the assignment. This is the only way to submit an essay assignment, is to go through this upload process. Some assignments will also allow you to do a web upload. So for example, if you're using Google Drive, you'll have a Google Drive access here that you'll be able to utilize. Okay. All right, let's head back to the home page. And again, at any point, if you have any questions, you are strongly encouraged to email, call, or text, and I'd be more than happy to help you walk through whatever issues you might be having in the course so that we can ensure success, a successful completion. All right, let's go to the library resources just to take a quick look at the library itself. And there'll be an assignment to kind of help you get through this and really become acquainted with the library if this is your first experience with it. Okay, so there's lots of stuff here. Find articles, find videos and images. Okay, you can do a English 102, the library guide. That gives you all this great information here. We've got Ask a Librarian. You can chat with the librarian to get help if you need it. This is just a fantastic resource that you have available to you, and it is especially helpful because they've put together this link of pages specifically geared towards English 102. Your grade book, this one is going to look a little silly. Okay, but here we go. All right, so again with the grade book, you're going to get a list of these assignments. You are never encouraged to come here and just start clicking through the assignments. Okay, don't click through the assignments this way because then you miss a lot of the instruction or links to the text and things that you need to actually learn before you hit the actual assignment. Okay, so this is nice to be able to do a quick look. You can do what if grades so that you can kind of get a sense of where are you at, what do you need to do, etc. But this is where you can kind of check, do you have missing assignments, what's coming up, etc. Okay, so you can see in English 102, we got a lot of work to do. Got a lot of work to do to hit toward that 100%. Okay, and remember our goal is always C or better in the course in order to receive our full credit. All right, well that concludes our introduction to the course. If you have any questions about anything that you've seen, heard, or viewed here, please be sure to give me a call, send me an email, or send me a text message, and I will certainly respond to you soon to make sure that you get started and are successful with English 102.